Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's see what these tea leaves have to say today, Aquarius. And so, our card today is the 8 of Cups, which has to do with indolence. This is a word that always kind of reminds me of school. Of getting in trouble for not really listening. And so, I want to mention as well, if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. It is free, and we would love for you. And I say we because there's quite a community here growing, and you can see that happening in the comments and numbers and everything else. But we would love for you to be part of this community here. And so all you have to do is hit that little subscribe button, and there you are. Okay, so let's see. Where are we gonna start here? I kind of want to start right here. We have, it looks like a little home. Okay, and it's, yeah, maybe your home doesn't look like a cave, right? A little cave in the side of a hill. But this is, okay, and follow me with these, with this symbology. The cave always really has a lot to do with the anima, right? And the mother archetype, of course, the universal womb, and therefore kind of the original home. And so I feel there really is a draw to kind of be in the home quite a bit. Maybe you are already a homebody. If you are not, I can feel that whatever it is, the shift in the season, the shift in the energy, you are really wanting to be close to your home base, okay? I also see we have a bird, okay? And as we look at the this opening, this is the opening to that home cave, we also see it kind of looks like a person's side profile holding something out, and the bird is meeting this person. And if you can see that right here. Okay, so the bird often is a symbol of messages, especially messages from the divine or from a departed loved one, somebody who has transitioned from their physical form. So I feel like there is this draw to be home because there is a need for kind of a deep grounding, a deep centering, and also because I feel like while you are in your home, maybe dreaming, maybe meditating, doing spiritual workings, whatever it is, I do feel that you will receive a message. Okay, and this will be quite clear. This is something that almost feels like, you know, maybe even like the first time it comes through, you think, that's weird. That seems strange, but it has to be a coincidence, or maybe I'm just kind of, you know, like construing this thing in my head, and you know, whatever. And then it comes through again. And then it's maybe a little bit more clear, a little bit more evident, hard to dismiss. Okay, so there's something special coming. And I want you to look out for that. Okay, so you know, this might even be something, and for some reason this really comes to mind for me as I'm thinking about it, is smelling something in your house. And now, of course, if this is one of the, you know, scary smells like leaking gas or something, please don't think of that as like a spirit thing. You know, attend to it. But this is almost like smelling a perfume that maybe like your grandmother wore, or you smell like the tobacco that your father smoked, or, you know, something like this. And kind of really takes you back. There's like a strong impression that takes over. So if you've had this experience, I'd love to hear about it. Put it in the comments. I want to read about it. If not yet, look for that. Okay. Something, there will be some kind of marker. And I think this is an important message. This is something that your loved one really is working hard to get to you. The divine spirit is really working hard for you to take notice here. Okay. You know, and this is kind of a message like that I couldn't bring to you. Just kind of the indicator that, okay, there will be something. Okay. This is something though that will be personal, that I feel like when we have these kinds of kinds of encounters, these kinds of messagings come through, it's something that is so immersive. And that's why I think it happens in the dream state a lot. I have this happen where I will have the dream. It's so intense. It feels so immediate. I will even wake up and I can still feel myself kind of, you know, in that in-between place, but I can smell, you know, whatever it is. For me, I do have a lot of that kind of, I don't know what kind of clairvoyance they call it, but it is an attachment to the smell and sensation of things, the feeling of things, the tactile feeling of like running my fingers over certain textures and things like that, but also the smells. I know, and before I even go to sleep, if I smell like a certain smell, I know that I'm going to have a dream encounter with certain beings. And so, you know, I think that this is something to look for. And now if you are keeping a dream journal, a magical diary, an account of your spiritual practices, or, you know, things that arise, make sure that you write these things down, because they might be meaningful now, but they might be really part of a larger pattern that is occurring, that sometimes it's hard to see when you're in it. So that's why it's really important for us to document our experiences. Okay. All right, so we have the super phallic symbol right here in the middle. Very fertile time. I really do think that this is a time for creating. You're going to be, you know, close to home, I think. I think you're going to really, I don't think this is necessarily a time of isolation, but I feel you kind of just wanting to kind of kick it at home. Stay in the house and, you know, do your own thing. And so I really do feel like this is a good time for you to be, you know, crafting, working on your hobbies, reading, writing, drawing, whatever it is. If you have some kind of business or side business, a good time to put some extra work into that. Maybe expanding, you know, if you're a creative and you sell your work, you know, I think that this is going to be a time where you are making a lot of materials. Okay. And you know, often when we do have those phallic symbols, that's kind of to me, the the symbol that there is an intense flow of inspiration happening. Okay, so we have a heart. We have a person standing underneath it. We have an arrow through the heart. And so, yes, you might be saying it out loud to me right now. You might even be typing it in the comments. I am not in love. I don't want to be in love. Okay, heard. I get it. Yes, it does not have to be romantic love. This is a love. This is a big love. This is in the emotional, metaphysical, and reaching down into the physical space as well. We have this mighty person standing beneath. I mean, goodness, that is somebody with quite a stature. So I really do. I feel like this is, it could be romantic. It could be intense passion, romance, all of that stuff. But, I think even more than that, this is a sense of, healing in these love spaces. Really kind of getting back to that core, taking care of self, figuring out how to dispel the hurt of these past couple of years. There's been difficulties. I think in some ways it's kind of shooken your self-image, your relationship with, with yourself. Maybe not at the very core of things, but at least in some realms. I think there are times when you think, did I say too much? Was I being annoying? Do they really like me, or do they just put up with me? These kinds of thoughts that come up. And I know that this time of year during the holidays and when we're kind of in a lot of these different social situations where we're around people, maybe we know them really well, maybe we kind of know them or not at all. I don't know about you, but I do. I go into these situations with like, I'm prepared. I had to gas myself up for it, all that. And then even when I feel like, okay, I did good. I didn't say anything too bizarre. I didn't, hopefully I didn't say anything that was, offensive to anybody. Hopefully I didn't overstep. Maybe hopefully I didn't monopolize the conversation, all these things that people with anxiety kind of think about. But you come away from it and you do, even if you are like the expert extrovert that can get out there and talk to everybody. Sometimes we walk away and we think, oh my goodness, I don't even know if these people are just putting up with me or if they really enjoy having me around. And I feel like there's some of that, but I think this is the time, and this maybe is part of why you are wanting to be in your own space. This is a place where I think you are really working on healing some of that stuff, processing some of the pain that you have been through, some of the betrayal, and just some of the changes. Just the natural progression of life, the changes of the variables of our circumstances and so on. Sometimes we just have to withdraw ourselves and kind of really look at and work these things through. Okay. And, I think that ultimately that heart, while it might feel a little bit wounded sometimes, you are an expert healer, and you are somebody who is going to do right by yourself, okay, and take care of yourself, honor yourself. And I see this, and I see that this is a priority, and I'm going to say there's a little check mark. Perfect. Check it off. This is a beautiful thing. And I wish that everybody took time for themselves, to go through the post, event, and then, all of the work you have to do to clean up after that, thing, whatever it is that has been going on, and then, the kind of come down from it all. To be able to spend some time, really going through it. And then making sure that you are, rested, rejuvenated, and cared for, really be and really kind of, almost to that kind of energy of like treat yourself, really spoiling yourself a little bit. And that's okay too. All right, so we're gonna move over here. I see, oh my goodness, there's a lot of emotion. Here in the middle though, we have this square, okay? And this to me really does, it symbolizes that earthy energy, okay? All around it though, there's the home base, there's that core thing, that really place of centering, grounding. All around it, a lot of anxiety, okay? A little bit of, maybe sadness, a little bit of anger. I almost feel like, and this I think is where that indolence kind of comes in. There's almost this feeling of being quite sensitive to other people, their words, even when it's just like, sometimes people just say stuff. They don't even know what they're really saying. They're just saying something because they're, there's a opening to speak, or there's an uncomfortable silence or whatever. And, often I think people just are not good with communicating with one another. And I feel like it's almost like a low-key feeling offended, or like they weren't being careful with you, sensitive to how you're feeling. And then there's almost this kind of like, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. I'm not sharing with you. I don't want to, and I'm done, And so I feel like this is a coping thing, right? This is almost kind of just like a defense mechanism. We all get sensitive. We all get kind of grumpy. And sometimes, we just want to take our toy and we want to go home. We don't want to hang out with anybody else and share stuff. So, I think that that's okay. I also think that, where we maybe kind of snap out on somebody, or we're a little bit rude, or, whatever it is, we do have to make sure that we smooth those things over. We do our apologies. We take responsibility for our behaviors, our words, our how we treat other people. And, ultimately, I think doing that swiftly really does minimize a lot of that anxiety, because I think sitting in the knowledge that not only do I not feel good being outside of my space, not only do I just want to kind of withdraw a little bit and kind of work on my own stuff, now I have this extra anxiety of, feeling guilty, or feeling like, oh no, I don't know if I really kind of offended them, whatever. And then you have to kind of carry that with you as well. And that's not fun. So just getting it over with, saying the sorry, apologizing, and or just, trying to be a little more kind next time. Those are all, things that, I don't know. I'm a grumpy person, so I apologize quite often. But I do know if I do it sooner than later, there's not that room for like a building resentment. That's what we want to stay away from, is trying to stop the resentments from getting in there, because resentment is something that's hard to come back from. Okay, having a little bit of a squabble, or maybe being a little bit short with somebody or whatever, that can be cured. That can be fixed with just a few words, right? But when the resentment really sets in, that's something that, you know, can be difficult to get past. Okay, so let's look at the Dreamers deck from the I Know collection. We're going to go ahead and flip through and stop where it feels right. I'm going to... I keep getting this card. It really must be important. I know that I can manifest all that my heart desires. I am ready to receive. And it has to be. Aquarius, I've really been feeling like, you know, you've gone through some stuff this last year or so. But I feel like this next year is going to be something else. I'm excited to have these readings next year, in the next, you know, couple months here, just to see how things are going to go, because I have this feeling that it is going to be really kind of, there's a momentum building. I feel that. I really do. A lot of good things, a lot of opportunities, I think, is the big thing. Is there's going to be opportunities for you, and I want to know all about this. I can't wait to see. All right, Aquarius, I want to thank you for letting me do these readings. I am always so honored to be able to spend this time with you. It really, truly is one of the great honors of my life to be able to have this channel and be a part of this community that is kind of gathering here at the channel. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel a lot. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. It is free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. We want you to be part of the community here. And when you do subscribe, you hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. Now, Aquarius is scheduled to come out on Wednesdays. And if you go in the community posts, there is a post about the schedule for all of the signs. On Saturdays, we have bonus videos, and a lot of the days during the week, there will be bonus videos too. So keep an eye out for bonus Aquarius readings, okay? Other than that, if you want to leave a comment, please do. I know, I always say I read them all. I do. They mean a lot to me, and I read them throughout the day. And I just really, the connections I've created here, well, we've created really, have meant so much. And really the biggest reason I keep doing these readings, having the channel going, is because I've met such wonderful people, and you know, really gotten to know some of you through the comments or emails and so on. And it's a really big blessing for me. So yeah, leave a comment if you want to. All right, Aquarius, I love you, and we will talk again real soon. Thank you.